Hi everybody, this is Carmen. Today I'm going to show you how to make a pie. Since I put up the apple pie recipe, I've got a lot of feedbacks from my friends and family asking me about certain techniques I use and mentioned in the recipe, especially the part I make the pastry. And then I realized it's a little bit difficult to explain it on paper. So I came up with this idea that I'm going to show you how to make a pie from scratch on video. So you guys can also make a pie for Christmas for your loved one and your family to enjoy. Before we start all the fun, the first tip I'm going to share with you guys is that to make a good pastry, the portion of the ingredients is very, very important, especially for us beginners. So for the first few times, we must follow the recipe precisely and exactly what it says. Maybe after a few times we can change it a little, make it creamier or sweeter, it's up to you. But for the first few times we must follow the recipe. So now we're going to do our pastry. So we'll need 200 grams of flour, 110 grams of hard butter or any kind of margarine, and cream cheese, 110 grams of cream cheese. So the first thing we're going to do is to cut the butter and the cream into the flour. This is a new technique called cutting. So what we do is first put all the flour in the mixing bowl, and then we will have to use one of these egg beaters or a knife to cut the butter into the flour. So what we do is put this, mix this cube in here, and the cheese. Okay, so we have this mixture. What we do is really press it really hard onto the butter, so it will mix with the flour like this. So just keep pressing on them, keep mixing them until they actually look like wet sand, the texture. Not quite yet, but you can see what's happening here. Keep doing the cutting for 5 minutes, and then you get this kind of texture of like wet sand, right? So now we squeeze it with our hands and then shape it into a ball, the dough. You see they stick together now like a dough. So just keep squeezing it and shape it into a ball. And now we have a ball of dough. We make a dish, a small dish, press it on it and make a small dish. Like this. And then wrap it up with cling film. Like this. I'm going to put this in the fridge for at least 1 hour before we can roll out a perfect pastry. Now we're going to create our topping for our tart. With the topping we can be a little bit more creative, unlike the pastry. So if you like sweet, put more sugar. If you like spicy, put more cinnamon or anything that you like. So what I have here is 1 apple and 1 pear. Slide it like this. I put it in the tray. And I have 4 tablespoons of orange juice. Mix it up. I just put everything in here. A tablespoon and a half of corn flour. 70 grams of sugar, and I quite like it spicy in the pie, so I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of cinnamon in here. So now we have a mixture of fruit and spice and sugar. So what we're going to do is get a wooden spoon. Toss the slice of apples and pear around. And leave it there for 5 minutes. And now the pastry is ready. We just find a clean worktop, sprinkle some flour on it, like this, and use a rolling pin and roll it out. Make it just a little bit bigger than your baking tray. knife to help. So you put it on your baking tray like this, and then just move it out with your finger and with the help of a knife. And when you have your crust ready, we're going to line up the filling very nicely. You can use your fingers, it's easier to do. Now we're going to put it in the oven for 30 minutes. And voila! Fresh out of the oven. I hope you enjoyed my video of tart making, and I hope that you'll try this at home too. Bye!